Hello and welcome to my first video tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to make these very pretty ribbon roses. There are lots of tutorials out there written and on YouTube of how to make them, but for some reason I just can't get my head around it. I don't know whether it's my fat fingers, but they just don't seem to work for me. So I've had a little play and come up with these and thought I'd show you on how I make them anyway. Right, let's put them to one side. So you will need a length of seam binding ribbon from Stampin Up. This is Pear Pizzazz and it's got a gorgeous texture to it. It's quite fine and very manipulative, and that is one of the reasons why I've used this ribbon. This length to make the ribbon rose is 40 centimetres. So to start with, I'll take my glue dots and just pop one on the very end there in the centre and pinch together. Okay, then on the other end I'm going to cut myself a point. Then I shall pull out the threads to reveal a frayed end, and you just want to take one of those frayed threads there round about the centre. Doesn't have to be exact, can be above or below, it doesn't really matter, just one of them, and pull. So you're going to gather up your piece of ribbon. Now try and keep this as finely as possible. The more you have or you're trying to pull, the harder it is. So I've just got one there, and I'm just going to continue gathering this piece of ribbon up all the way to the bottom. Now because I've put a glue dot on the other end, what that's done is that's sealed those threads in place so that you won't pull out this centre thread when you get to the bottom. So nice and evenly as you can, gather that up. Right, so this needs to be approximately 20 to 21 centimetres long when it's gathered. As I said, we started with a 40 centimetre length, so it's just about halfway really, shrinking it to half. I'm just going to check my length there, so that's about right. Okay, and then just evenly spread out that gathering. Okay, so now I'm going to take my glue dots again and pop another one on this end, and that's got to go over that centre thread that we've been pulling. Again, that will seal it in place. I should do anyway. Okay. Right, so now I take my secret weapon, which is a cocktail stick. Now I use cocktail sticks for all sorts of things. I find them very handy, and my customers will tell you that as well. We're always pulling out a cocktail stick for something or other. And I'm going to put my cocktail stick right in the centre of that glue dot, very firmly actually. And whilst I'm at it, I'm just going to tidy up those threads there, cut them off. And all you simply do, actually, I'm just going to push those gathers up and simply roll up your ribbon, keeping it as flat as possible. And when I say flat, I mean flat in the sense that as you gather this, it does sometimes want to twist round. So you want to keep it fairly flat. And so as you roll it, you're rolling it on that gathered thread that we pulled through. And just keep pushing up the gathers as well, keeping it fairly even. Just keep going all the way to the very end. So I've got a twist there, so I'm just going to flatten that round, twist that round. Let's keep going, let's twist it again. There we go. Pull it fairly firmly, because if you didn't, it would come unravelled. Nearly there. As you get to the end, that's the hardest bit, to be honest. So it's getting a bit fiddly. Okay, there we go. almost there, so just holding it together. Take my glue dots again, pop another one on the end, and stick that round the side, squidging up a little bit. Okay, so you can probably cut that bit off later, but there you go, and there you have a nice little ribbon rose. And the final step is just to get it off the cocktail stick, and that is very easy. You turn it upside down, you hold it very firmly, very close to the cocktail stick, and just pull. That will come out, and there you go. It doesn't pull it out of place at all. In fact, you can just play around with it. I'll cut that untidy little edge off there. And there you have a very pretty little ribbon rose. I've made hundreds of these now. And I'm mainly a scrapbooker, so I like dimension on my pages as well. So this was the reason why I was making these. And I hope you'll visit my blog, which is www.stampinandstuff.blogspot.com, and you'll be able to see the page that I've made, and I've popped these lovely flowers on there. Okay, well that's my first tutorial, and thank you very much for watching.